optical art. Okay guys, I think Bitcoin is topped out. I think we're headed down to at least $35,000 to $40,000 in that range. I could give you an exact target, but it's a ring. It depends on when you make contact, what the price is. I'm going to show you why this is such an important target and why we're headed down to this target. Guys, this video here, I put this out, this is April 28th. It's 46 minutes long. It's a long video. I know some people have a short attention span, but if you can take the time to watch this entire video, it explains everything in detail. Every chart I made, how I was able to make these predictions, how to call the tops, how I was able to call the bottoms. So do take the time to watch this video. I'll put a link up to it now. If you watch this video all the way through, I'll try to keep it as brief as possible. Make sure you check this video out. I will have the link pinned in the first comment and description. This will be called the most important video. Do watch it. You'll understand this ring, how I was able to predict this, as well as the stock market. Again, it's all tied in together. And this video was put out April 28th. So, and again, notice right here on this video, this is 58 minutes in. 22 minutes 58 seconds. I said, look, this orange ring is the top. I was telling you this back on January 8th 2021, and we hit this ring and we got rejected. So this was April 28th. This video here, this video was put out on April 2nd 2021. And is this the same orange ring? I said, when we hit it, we're going to get rejected. Let me play a little clip of this for you real quick. Get that high. I think that we'll push up. People expect to hit that point. We'll top out right here around 64,600. So in this orange ring, I said, this is where we're going to top out, right at 65,000. And again, depending on when you make contact with the ring, same with this red ring. I don't know when we're going to make contact, but when we do, that will be where we catch a bounce. But notice, when we hit here on this video, I said, look, back here it was 59,492. If we hit it sooner, it would be a lower price. If we hit it later, it would be a higher price. And that's why I was saying, the further you go out, the higher the price. So right here, 64,620. Well, notice where we made contact. When we made contact with that ring, it was right here at 65,000. If it was right here, it would have been 64,853. But when we made contact, it was here. And we came down from this point. And I'm telling you, the target we're going to hit is going to be right here. Obviously, if I give you a price target here, it doesn't matter because we make contact here. This is the price will be when it pushes up. I'm going to go in detail and show you how this is going to play out. Okay, so before we get into that, guys, if you do want to access these charts, I'm going to give you some price targets. Again, Dogecoin is almost topped out. I'm going to show you why that's the case. If you do want to access these charts, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. The link will be pinned in the first comment and in the description. For $39 a month, you get access to Bitcoins, all the altcoin charts, precious metals, access to our Discord, and you can follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is private. It is a guide to play these charts, and that lets you know, hey, this is a good time to short, this is a good time to long, your support and resistance levels. I have stocks. This is very important because Bitcoin is tied into the stock market. And I have tutorials teaching you how to create these charts. I do have a lifetime option if you want to contact me for that. It's a one-time payment. You can pay with crypto. You get access to everything. So let's jump into this, guys. So at the end of this video, I'm going to explain this. I'm going to break this down and show you why we're headed to this target. And again, I'm going to show you why Dogecoin is about topped out and about ready to come down, as well as the U.S. markets. So this right here, this was my last video, right here, April 29th. And in this video, I said, if we drop, your support is right here, 52,376. Let's go to the actual chart. Right here, you can see this is the exact same chart from this video. This is the C1 chart. Notice this red line. We were finding support on it. We broke down below it and said, look, this is your next support to catch the bounce. 52,376. Look where we called support. Right here, 52,376. Guys, these charts are for swing trading. They give you exact points to jump in, exact points to jump out. We broke this red support line. We found support here. We pushed up ever since. We pushed up a total of almost 12%. And on top of that, I told you exactly when to get out. So let's go to a tweet I made here. I said, grow some darn testicles and short. No financial advice, but short, darn it. Right here, short C1, short, short, short. I was telling everybody to short. Why was I so confident? Well, and I said no risk, no reward. But look what happened. We were right here at this. Remember, right here is where we bottomed. We pushed all the way up. This is the next fib channel line above. Again, if you watch my tutorials, you understand how these charts work. You can create the charts for yourself if you like. But you'll understand why these charts are so accurate. So I was telling everyone to short right here, 58,533. I said, this is the point to short. And I was making it very clear, guys. I mean, I was saying short, 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 short C1. Grow some testicles and short. And right here, this is where I was showing you to short. And look how this played out. This is the same chart. We have come down a total of, we came down almost 4.24%. Now, had you sold there and bought back here, notice this is the 21 exponential daily moving average. This is where we found support. You know, if you would have just sold here and bought here, you know, you bought your Bitcoin in 5% cheaper. If you're using leverage and you shorted from this position, which I gave you to the dollar, you could have done pretty well if you used 20 times, 30 times leverage. I don't suggest using leverage, but if you know what you're doing, and again, these charts help you know when to get in and when to get out, when to put in your short, when to put in your long. But this played out exactly. I said short from this point, 58,533. That was the top. We're coming down. Now, I will tell you this. This is the 21 daily exponential moving average right here. As long as we're above this, this is potentially bullish. As soon as we get below this and this is resistance, this is bearish. But I'm going to cover this. I will give you some price targets, and then we're going to cover Dogecoin, which I know everybody's hyped about Dogecoin, think it's going to go up forever. I believe it is almost topped out. I'm going to show you that as well. And again, you know, when I said that, hey, short right here at 58,533, I had 3 charts showing me this. I would not, you know, get on Twitter and say short, short, short if I wasn't confident we'd be coming down. I had the C1 chart here that said 58,533 was the top. I had this chart, the A1 chart, that showed this was the top. Notice we hit this blue ring. We're still moving down this blue ring right now. That was a second chart showing it was the top. And this chart, which we're going to cover, which is going to show you why we're headed down to this ring, this was also a chart that showed the top right here. This was our resistance. We got topped out. So 3 charts showed me this was the top. That's why I said short, short, short. So let's go into this, guys, and I'm going to show you how these charts are just almost magical. It's just crazy. It's Fibonacci, guys. It's nature. It works. But again, this is where I said to short. This was the top. But if you'll notice right here, 56,160, notice this is a 21 exponential daily moving average. So we were underneath this. It was resistance, resistance. We did get a fake out wick above it. We pushed above. This is where we topped out, where I called it. And then we came down and we found support here on the 21 daily exponential moving average. Well, if you'll notice, this is my peak of the bull run chart. Now I have a price label here where you can move this part to change the price. Notice right here. But notice we topped out. This ring right here, this was resistance. We came down, it was resistance, and then we came down and found perfect support. Coincidentally, this white ring that has been here way, way in advance ended up being where the 21 exponential daily moving average is. And this ring was here way in advance. So this chart, this ring, predicted where this 21 daily exponential moving average would be and where price would be. And you can see this. We found support, 56,000. That is where the 21 exponential daily moving average is. If we get below this, bearish. We stay above, bullish. So you say, well, you said this ring was way in advance. This ring's been here for a while. Well, let me show you. This is the same chart. Notice this ring, we came up as resistance, pushed above it, came down as support. So this is the actual published chart. I published this on December 14th, 2020. And let me hit play and show you where we're currently at. That is this ring up here. I'll zoom in so you can see. So you can see that this chart was published way, way in advance. And look what happened. Exact same thing. Notice we found resistance here, 56,000, and we came down and found support at 56,000. Right here. We pushed up as resistance, came back below it, found support on it. So, and notice we kind of topped out at this ring. We're kind of holding support resistance on this ring now. Again, watch that previous video. It will explain everything in detail. Basically, these charts are a roadmap. So this is another chart, guys. This is one where I called the bottom. People might not be aware of this. Everybody was expecting us to come down and test the 21 week moving average. I caught this exact bottom. People that follow me on Twitter caught this exact bottom right here at 46,991. Well, how did we do that? Well, I have multiple charts showing this. This was a tweet I made. This was on April 25th, right here, the A1 chart. We hit this exactly. I mean, we came back below it a bit. I knew this line was this fib channel line was very strong support. This is where I bought in. People that followed me bought in. And if you'll notice right here, this is that chart. This is this line. We found support. We pushed up ever since. So as you bought there and wrote it up, and you stayed in, currently you are 24.25% in profit. Now I'm telling you that we are coming down from this point. If you watch that previous video or my previous last couple videos, you'll know why I believe we're coming down. Notice we are currently finding resistance right here under this VIP channel line. So this is strong resistance. I think we're coming down. I'm going to go into detail about that as well. But we're moving down this ring. And again, this was another chart, the B1 chart, that helped nail the bottom. We found support right here the first time, and then we wicked down right to this point. So this point, you see the meat of the candle on the 1 hour is right here. But I was able to catch the bottom of this wick using this chart right here. Again, these charts are, and notice right here, look where we came down and found support. I mentioned this in a previous video as well. So when we drop, watch this ring to be support. When you're respecting a ring, going back, notice we're finding support on it. Support, support. We found perfect support and pushed up. So I'm just trying to show you how accurate these charts are. And if you swing trade, if you use leverage, guys, these are the charts you need to have available. All these charts play out live. Again, you just click the link, they load up. They work on mobile phones, tablets, desktops. You have access to them 24/7. But again, able to call the bottom, able to call a top, able to call the actual top. And again, if you watch that video, I already showed you what's going to happen, and this is playing out exactly, but I will show you that. Let me get caught up where I am. I have a lot of charts here, and I will give you some price targets as well. So again, calling the bottom here, told you when to short. Notice we're pushing down this ring. Now we're finding resistance here. This is bearish. This goes into some other charts. Again, this is another chart, B1 chart. I will come back and give you price targets on this. And I do want to cover Dogecoin because that is important. This is my new Doge chart I created. So currently working on the Doge chart. We'll keep you posted. So notice this white ring here, guys. There's a certain method I come up with to create these charts, and I'm going to be creating another version of this chart. Once I create a chart, I'm able to build off of what I have and make it more accurate. But this chart was my first draft, and it has actually been very accurate. And I'll show you this. This is a zoomed out version. Notice this white ring, find support, break it, come down to this white ring. We bottomed on this one, find support, support, support. So look where we were currently in this yellow line. This right here is the top for Dogecoin to potentially come down. Rings are reversal points. So let me show you. This is the chart, but I want to show you. So let me go back. So this is when I created the chart, April 30th, made a post about it. So look how this played out. And you can see right here, I know it's hard to see because I'm zoomed out, but there's a blue line right here. So if we go up, I mean, look at this. Notice this blue line, I have a white line here. We hit it, we got a bounce. We hit it, we got a bounce, came back down. Look what happened. This is the same day, just price moving along. Look where the next candle opened, pushed right up. And this, again, I created this chart before we made contact with this line, pushed up. And I said your target, if we push up, I said to pay attention. I made a few tweets. I said, expect more ups, expect much. Well, I'm telling guys, I'm going to create a lot more charts for altcoins. But basically, I was telling people, I did make a tweet. I said, pay attention. This is potentially your upside target to move up this point. And that is how it played out. So let me show you this chart. So notice how this worked out. And I have the Bollinger Bands. I'm going to be adding the Bollinger Bands to all of the charts. This actually played out really well for Theta, which I'll show you in just a sec. But guys, the top right here, and guys, I'm just going to show you. If we push up, notice the Bollinger Band, the top of the Bollinger Band is right here where this ring is. And I just showed you why. If we zoom out, this ring right here, this ring was our support, 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 support. We broke it. We came down to this white ring, support, support, broke below it briefly, support, support, pushed up as resistance at this orange fib channel line. And then we came down, we hit this white line here, pushed up. This was our resistance. Notice we pushed underneath it, and now we pushed back up as resistance. So I'm telling you, Dogecoin is almost topped out and ready to come down. This is not financial advice. If you go back and watch that video, you'll understand why I'm able to predict this. This is your main support right now on Dogecoin right here. If we drop below 37.5 cents, we're coming down. I do believe even if we push up, this will be the top. This ring is going to send Dogecoin down, and this is a key support here. If this support breaks, we are coming down like we are going to have a major drop. But I believe this white ring is going to send us down. Guys, you need to understand how these fib circles work, how I'm able to predict this. But do pay attention. If we push up, we will top out. And I'm telling you, this ring is the top for reversal to come down. Does not mean that we can't come down and push back up, but I'm expecting a major downside move for Dogecoin. This ties into the markets, Bitcoin as well. This is Theta, guys. I updated again. This is Theta chart. I added this Bollinger Band. Notice that we were topped out right here. Notice this green line. Let me show you the actual chart. This is right here. Let's see. Let me make sure I can. So this, we got this green line here and this green line here. So this right here, this green line is this white. I have this white line here outlining it. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. But right here, this green line. So notice what happened. We came up, we hit it as resistance. Resistance flipped as support, got topped out of the Bollinger Band. And this is what I was saying, this would potentially be a top. We came down, we found support on that same trend line. Now notice what's happening. Now we're riding up this trend line right here. Again, it's fib channel lines. Basically, it's a fib retracement at an angle. I use multiple directions to help you find these points to potentially short and long, and then using these charts I'm able to create fib circles. You learn that in the tutorials. So again, all I'm saying is you can see we're at the top of this Bollinger Band, you can see we're respecting these fib channel lines, and then we topped out and we came down, we found support. But I do believe, so I'm just going to tell you this, as soon as we break this support right here, the arrow of time, either we're going to continue to move up like this, or potentially we're going to break this support around, let me put this on the top, around, let's say if we break $10, let's say $10.91, we're coming down much lower, plus we'll be breaking this Bollinger Band right here. And remember, Bitcoin coming down and US markets coming down, that's going to affect crypto. Just showing you the accuracy of these charts and how all the new charts will have these Bollinger Bands. The Dow Jones, guys, so I'm getting to what I'm expecting. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, how it's going to play out. Now, if you do watch that video, I do cover, guys, this is where I predicted the last stock market crash, our COVID crash. This right here is where I'm telling you this is the next crash that's going to happen. Maybe it's not a crash. I'm expecting a major correction. This is the top right here for the Dow. And if the Dow starts coming down thousands of points, expect the NASDAQ, the S&P, all to come down as well. I have those charts under the stocks page, as well as the DXY, which we're going to cover. Notice right here, I'm saying that this is the top. Notice every time we come up and test an orange ring, yes, this is the Dow Jones, but this is what I'm using to predict the next crash. Notice we topped out at this orange ring. We pushed up, it was resistance. We came down to support, resistance, support, resistance. Guys, roadmap to price. Bitcoins, altcoins, stocks, Forex, it does not matter. We pushed up to this point. This is where I said we could have a potential crash if they did not release a stimulus package. They happened to release a stimulus package on the day I was saying we would potentially have a drop, and that was right on March 11th. I'm telling you, these charts show when something's going to happen. They had to do something. The U.S. released that $2 trillion stimulus package, and we pushed up. And I told you if we pushed up, where's your target? This orange ring above. This is at the top. So if they do not release a stimulus package, we're potentially going to push up, get rejected. That's where I'm going to put in my short on the Dow. Heavy, heavy short. And then once we break this fib channel line right here, this is when it just comes down. I mean, I'm expecting a major correction. And the last time, guys, listen, the last time the US markets corrected, right back here, our COVID crash, the Dow specifically came down a total of 37%. Bitcoin dropped 68%. What I'm saying is when markets come down, Bitcoin is going to get hit the hardest. And you can see currently, I know it's Sunday. This is weekend trading. You can see the Dow's down only 21.5 points, but look, 88% of client accounts are short right now. So you know what? Play the contrarian. I think a lot of people are expecting it to drop, guys. Just like Bitcoin, exchanges know when there's more longs versus shorts, or more shorts versus longs. So if there's more longs, they're going to send it down. If there's more shorts, they're going to send it up, guys. The U.S. markets are just as manipulated as Bitcoin. So what I believe is going to happen, and I'm getting to Bitcoin, guys, we're going to get to it. But I think what's going to happen is I think everybody is short. So what's going to happen is it's going to push up, guys. And if you go back and watch that video, you'll understand why this is the case. But I believe we're going to get one more pump because people expect it to dump. It's going to push up to this point. At this point, it will get rejected. That's when people start getting bullish. That's when their puts, expire or lose value. This is the point you short when you make contact with this orange ring. This is the point it starts coming down. So I expect it to push up just because the majority of people are short. I believe it will push up and then it will start coming down. This is your magic target. This is the point it comes down. And so we covered this. The DXY, guys, again, that's why access to the stocks page is necessary. Notice, I've had this chart created for quite a while. Notice we found support here. I usually tell you this is double support. When you have two support levels you've been respecting for a long time, that means we're potentially going to push up. That means it's going to hold a strong support. Notice where we temporarily got rejected. Right here, guys. Right at this line. That's been here for a long time. This is where we got stopped out. If we get above this, look, your next point to push up for the DXY is all the way up here at 92.66. So the dollar is pushing up. Dollar pushing up is bearish for Bitcoin. And I've already told you in those previous videos that I believe we are in a, and I did cover this on this one. Well, I don't have that up. Yeah, I'll show you right now. But anyways, I was telling you that we were in a, this video. Yeah, this is the video saying that you need to watch the whole thing. I cover why this red ring is so important, why I think we're headed down to this point. When we make contact with this point, this is where I'm going 100%. Again, if you have access to this chart, it's called the Bitstamp Daily Moving Average. It's 300, 200, 100. This is the point where we're going to hold support and push up. But you need to watch this video in its entirety to understand that. So I'm going to show you what I expect to play out. If you go back and watch my previous videos, I told you that we were forming. This is your left shoulder. This is the head. This is the right shoulder. Notice we topped out right at this resistance. This is when I made a tweet. I said short, short, short. Short the C1 chart. Short the B1 chart. Short this chart. I knew that we were topped out. I believe that we are coming down to test support. This is the neckline. When this neckline breaks, this is the 20-week moving average creeping up to it. I think a lot of people expect everyone to buy here at the 20-week. Most people will if we're in a healthy bull run. If you go back and look at the historical view of Bitcoin, every time we come down, we test the 20-week or the 21-week, and we push back up. I think wells and exchanges know this. I think this is the last trap. We are going to break this 20-week moving average, and we are going to come down, and we are going to test this ring, and we will get one hell of a pump. So do not miss this point. Get access to this chart. I watch that last video, and you'll see why this ring is so important. But let me show you exactly how I see this playing out. Now, I'm going to use some bars patterns. I do believe this is a head and shoulders. I can tell you this. If this is a head and shoulders, which I do believe it is, I believe that's how it's playing out. If you do a vertical line, wherever we break this neckline, if it's here, that's how far you come down. If it's here, it could be a little lower. But I do believe it won't be this distance. I do believe it will be when we make contact with this red ring. So let me show you, just give you an idea of what I'm expecting. So I'm going to grab these bars patterns. We're just going to go from this point right here to here. I think this is what's playing out, guys. And notice, again, I'm going to pull this 20-week. We don't exactly know where it's going to be out. We do know it's going to continue to do this. Let me make this yellow so it makes sense. But do pay attention to what I'm saying here. I'm going to show you the MACD and the RSI. And you can use the MACD and the RSI to help you with this. So again, I think what's happening is we're topped out. We're going to be coming down to test this support. Then we'll break this support. Potentially find support on the 20 weeks. People will be buying here, longing, expecting it to go higher. And then I believe it's going to come back down. It's going to come back down. And this is the point you buy in. But if you'll take note, look at the MACD here. So right here, we'll do a vertical line. So right here, where's it at? Vertical line. So notice right here. All right. So notice what happened here. The MACD, the bars here. Notice it started angling down like this. And notice the. Let me make this white. So notice what happens here. This starts angling down. And notice what we pushed up, and now look right here. We're starting to angle down now. So I believe this will start to continue to go down. And look what happened last time it went down. Right here, we got this where I called that we were topped out at 65,000. Played out perfectly. We started coming down as we started coming down here. So the same thing is playing out. Notice that we got 2 bars. This is 1, 2, 3 bars. The top, the center right here, 1, 2, 3 bars. Before we start angling down, right in the middle, that's when we started coming down. So notice right here, we are now, what, 3 green bars in, and we are topped out. Let me put a vertical line here so you can see this. So right here, we are potentially topped out right here. This is the point. We're at resistance right now. We're at resistance right here. 3 charts showed this was the top. So I think we're coming down to test the neckline. And if you'll notice, I probably need to get rid of this, but I want to show you the, if you notice right here, I'll make the colors match. Notice the moving averages here on the MACD. Notice the blue one, right, came down, and then the orange one crossed over, and they both came down. So we already saw what the bars are doing. They're starting to come down, just like this. Every time the bars turn from green to red, we come down. The bars are green. They're pretty much, topped out to come down like this. So look at the moving averages. Look, they're already ready to curl over. So this is the blue one. I expect it to do this. Let me make this blue so it makes sense. And then you've got the orange one. Same thing. It's going to do the exact same thing and come down. Let me make this orange here, or at least close to orange. So I believe this is exactly how it's going to play out, guys. And again, I'm just trying to show you that this is how it works. You have your little peak right here. I'll make this white. I apologize. I'm changing the colors on this. But you can see, when we move up, right when you get to the center, this is when price starts coming down. And you can see when you get to the bottom, right? I mean, you can play the MACD on the 1 day, and it's pretty accurate. So notice when we started curling up, price started pushing up, right? We started curling down, right? Coming down to here, price topped out, started coming down. So the exact same thing is playing out. We are topped out right here. The MACD is starting to roll over and come down, and then the RSI, the moving averages on the MACD are about to angle over and come down, which means we are coming down to test this support. I told you this resistance in the last video. I told you this is our neckline, support, 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 and this will be support right here. So when this breaks, this head and shoulders is going to play out. People will buy here. It will we'll probably get a little push up from the 21 weekly moving average, get rejected right here at this neckline, maybe push above it a bit, but I do believe we are coming down to test this point. This is when I expect it to push up. Obviously, if this point breaks, I have all of your support levels below, peak of the bull run chart, and this chart here. Again, this is the E1 Bitstamp daily moving average is 300, 200, 100. So do pay attention to this chart, guys. This is where I think we're headed. I can't give you a price because depending on when you make contact is the price, but I did go into detail and show why this was so important. So do watch that video I was talking about. I even made a tweet about this 19 hours ago. Grub for thunk right here, guys. I'm telling you, this is what I expect to play out. We're going to have a head and shoulders. We're going to come down, test the 20 week, push up, and then I believe we're coming down to test this ring here. But if you go back and you watch that video right here, I'll have a link in the description. Watch this video in its entirety and you will understand how I'm able to predict these targets way in advance, guys. I told you this ring was the top, and this was back on January 8th, 2021. And that is exactly how it played out. We hit this orange ring, it was the top. So there's not much more to say other than I'm waiting for this to play out. And if you follow me on Twitter, you follow me on Discord, you have access to the charts. When we make contact, wherever it happens to be, this is where I'm going in 100%. But guys, that's pretty much it. If you want to sign up to these charts, the website's opsmartcrypto.com. The link will be pinned in the first comment in the description with the link to that video that you need to watch in its entirety. But again, $39 a month, you get access to the Bitcoin charts, altcoin charts, precious metals, access to our Discord, and access to my Twitter, which is private. I do have stocks, which is separate. I have tutorials teaching you step by step how to create these charts. If you don't want to chart for yourself, maybe you can watch this and you can learn it and create these charts for yourself. At the very least, it will help you understand how I create these charts and why they're so accurate. And I do have a lifetime option. If you're interested in that, it's a one-time payment. You can pay with crypto with that method if you want to go for a lifetime, but you need to contact me to if you're interested in the lifetime. And if you are subscribed and if you are not following me on Twitter, have access to the Discord, make sure you send me an email. I will send you the Discord invite link and accept your Twitter follow request. Guys, that's it. Trade safe till the next video.